yeah, but yeah, you gotta hit those free throws, but that's, you know, partially why they foul on those easy shots. You gotta make them earn them at the line. So, and only scored one there, so kind of working.
As Niashuti brings it up and swings it over to Feldkamp, handout back to Niashuti, swings baseline, and we're going to call him as he stepped out of bounds. And Roosevelt will have another turnover to start the second quarter, as Roosevelt will send a little pressure up again just to maybe make Oklahoma sweat a little bit. They're going to get a trap in the corner. The Knights get out of it though, and we'll push it up the middle of the floor and get it up to Luke Ronzik at the top of the key. As Ronzik swings it over to Cartwright, and he's going to get fouled by Niashuti. That's going to be his first, team fifth. And you can't pick up the silly fouls, because with a guy like Niashuti, you can't get your best players in foul trouble, because then that could be trouble towards the end of the game.
Yeah, and you look at, like I said, Ronzik already has some foul trouble there, and yeah, if you're O'Gorman, if you're Ronzik, you just gotta play it safer, not be as aggressive. Don't need to be fouling out here in the first game of the year.
Yep. As Luke Ronzik has the ball in the right wing, he swings it over to Jack Cartwright. Jack Cartwright drives up middle, swings it out to the corner to Bruin. Bruin for three, no good. It'll be tipped out towards the half-court line, and it'll be trapped down by Cartwright as he swings it over to Kenyon Bauer. Bauer over to Luke Ronzik. Ronzik gets it tipped away from Niashuti, as Ronzik has the ball on the left wing, and will take a screen from Kenyon Bauer as he gives it back to Kenyon Bauer. Kenyon Bauer drives, gives it to Okoye. Okoye for three, no good, and Carson Devereux holds it in with the rebound, swings it over to Tyler Feldkamp, and Tyler Feldkamp will take a ball screen from Dannenbrink. Will spin, no foul called, and the Knights have a 5-on-4, and it's tipped out of bounds by Carson Devereux, and they're going to say O'Gorman touched it last, and it'll be Roosevelt basketball, and Aiden Evans will check in for Brady Dannenbrink, as Evans had an early three and hook shot. He was 5 of the 13 points for Roosevelt, as he'll check in for Brady Dannenbrink, as Niashuti will bring it up the floor for Roosevelt to set up their offense. And it's been a fast 10 minutes, first 10 minutes of the game. No stoppages of play other than the end of the first quarter.
No, and a lot of kind of wild inbound passes and some loose turnovers. Like you said, just first game of the season, these teams have to iron out all the rust and mistakes, and yeah.
As Evans turns it over there on the catch, Okoye drives, and they're going to get him for a charge as Carson Devereux steps in there and takes it. That's going to be number 1 for Okoye. His first foul of the half. Team 6, as still 6 minutes left. We could see a lot of free throws coming up now, as they're going to give a press again with Tucker West throwing the ball in. Devereux and Niashuti up there, and they'll get it into Devereux, who will just bring it up the floor pretty easily. 6 minutes remaining, still 13-9 Roosevelt, as Devereux swings it over to Niashuti, looks down low to Evans. Evans corner to Tucker West for three, good. Tucker West probably the best shooter on this team. You can't give him wide open looks like that. He'll make you pay every single time.
And he is so far with 3 points, like you said, on that great. He's one of these sharp shooters on Roosevelt, and Roosevelt, that's how they're being O'Gorman. They're just out shooting O'Gorman, plain and simple.
As Jack Cartwright answers back with a 3 of his own, and it's back to a 4-point game, as Devereux will bring the ball up the floor, and Roosevelt will set up their offense, swings it over to Feldkamp. Feldkamp will take a screen from Evans, comes off the screen, drives up middle, good on the floater. Tyler Feldkamp with his second bucket of the game, and he has 5 points, and it's back up to a 6-point game. Devereux gets a steal, and 1, and a foul. As Carson Devereux just got the ball, laid it in, and was fouled. That's going to be on Jack Cartwright. That's his second, so now there are 2 leading scorers with both have 2 fouls. That's big for for Roosevelt.
Yeah, and O'Gorman with, like you said, that foul trouble. Roosevelt with just 2 great back-to-back plays are really energizing this gym. Nothing fans like more than a 3-point play, and that's just perfect right there, Abe.
As Carson Devereux will try and make this a 9-point game after the free throw, and it's no good, and they're going to get an offensive foul on Evans, and that's 2 It's going to be a second foul, and it looks like Brady Dannenbrin's going to check back in for Aiden Evans. He's been a big part of this team, and now Roosevelt's starting to experience a little foul trouble of their own, as they need Evans. He's 6'7", he can shoot the ball. I mean, this kid's a special talent.
A really special talent. This is, like I said, this is, we got Canyon Bauer right there. SDSU recruits for football, just keeping in shape during the offseason with basketball, and colleges like that kind of stuff. They like people, like two-sport athletes, keep them in shape, and like I said, this guy did great things for the Knights on the football field this series, hoping to do the same on the basketball court.
As Ronzik misses the three-pointer and Roosevelt has the ball back, they get it into Paulson. The ball is almost stolen. Roosevelt does a little fast break now. Paulson to the rack, and they're going to get him for a charge. Mitchell Baggerman doesn't like that call, and looked like he might have been moving a little bit, but they're going to give O'Gorman the benefit of the doubt, and it'll be O'Gorman basketball as Paulson picks up his first foul of the half, as the O'Gorman student section starts chanting, and Ronzik takes it to the rack pretty easily, misses. Paulson with the fast break. Paulson to Niashuti, swings it over to Tucker West. Tucker West again for three, no good. Was a little contested there, couldn't hit that one. As Zach Norton will bring it up the floor with Niashuti on him. Tyler Feldkamp getting ready to check back into the game. As he swings it down to Kenyon Bauer. And Jack Cartwright, good look, and it bounces out. It was in and out, and Roosevelt gets a stop. Niashuti up to Carson Devereux. Carson Devereux to the rack, and he is fouled. They might get Zach Norton on that. And they will. That's Zach Norton's second foul. They have three guys in with 2 fouls right now. And it'll be a 1-and-1 for Carson Devereux now, who's shot the ball, at least last year shot the ball pretty well from the free throw line. Missed his first one today, though. So now we're going in a full ton of foul trouble right now. Kenyon Bauer will check out of the game, but Cartwright, Norton, and Ronzik all stay in the game. That's 3 of the 5 guys that you can just go attack on them. And they're going to have to lay down more as Carson.
And what a great advantage for Roosevelt right now. Not only do they have a 9-point lead, but O'Gorman, like I said, 3 of their scorers in foul trouble here. You can't play as aggressive when you're in foul trouble, so they're really going to have to, and Roosevelt, not in foul trouble, they can just look for Roosevelt to be more aggressive under the rim and in the post, and as opposed to O'Gorman being a little worried about foul trouble here.
And Roosevelt, as Carson Devereux hits both those free throws and checks out to make it a 10-point game. And right now, if you're Roosevelt, you want to push this lead higher for when O'Gorman, once they get towards the second half with 2 fouls, they're going to become more aggressive, and they'll be a tougher team to go against. As Jones brings it into the lane. Jones, good defense from Tucker West. Ball's on the ground, and is picked up by Tucker Large. Keeps his dribble, gets going, gives it to Dannenbreen. Dannenbreen just out, but he gets fouled. And they will give that on McCoy, and now that's 2 fouls for him as well, as O'Gorman in a heap of foul trouble right now, as Brady Dannenbreen will go to the line for 2 shots. Yeah. First one is no good.
This is just, really unfortunate if you're O'Gorman, because like I said, you're going to have to play not as aggressive, and the team playing aggressive wins a lot of the time, so, I mean, if you can keep these guys at 2 fouls at halftime, then you can start being aggressive, because not only they'd still have to get 3 to foul out, but they just got to play safe and cautious the rest of this half.
As Dannenbreen misses both of those, the students start to straighten something, probably about football, as Dannenbreen had an off game when he played the Knights, as Norton with the ball fake, as he swings it over to Ronzik to Cartwright. Cartwright swings it back over to Norton. Norton over to Ronzik. Ronzik down low to Mailer. And that's Norton for 3. Zach Norton on the board. And it is back to a 7-point game. As Tucker Large will bring it up the floor. As Paulson cuts through. Gives it to Paulson. Down low to Dannenbreen. They'll kick it back out to Large. Large rejects the screen. Takes to the rack. No good. Dannon went straight up, not wanting to foul. As Ronzik brings it up the floor. Ronzik cuts back to the middle. Gives it over to Cartwright. Cartwright drives middle. Gives it back to Ronzik. Ronzik back over to Cartwright. Tucker Large gambles. Doesn't work out. Norton for three again, and he got it. 2 straight threes for Zach Norton. It's a 4-point game. They're showing a little pressure as Feldkamp will come up and get it. Now teach O'Gorman to make it a 4-point game with your scores and foul trouble.
Yeah, and O'Gorman, they're not playing aggressive, but they're just finally starting to find their shot, and that's just as good as playing aggressive. You can hit those threes like they are. We'll see if Roosevelt can respond with a 3 of their own.
As Paulson drives towards the baseline, gives it over to Tucker West, just barely got the pass off. West drives and it's blocked. They're pushing it up to Zach Norton. Zach Norton is not going to pull it. They're going to give it to Ronzik, who pulls it. No good off the backboard. Didn't even hit rim. Tucker West with the ball. Gives it off to Large. Large over to Feldkamp. Feldkamp for 3. Yes! Tyler Feldkamp answers back. Back up to a 7-point game, 150. That's Feldkamp's second 3 of the game. 8 points for him, which is probably leading Roosevelt for scoring. As 1:40 left, Mailer has the ball down low. Mailer fades away. Good. Back to a 5-point game as Tucker Large brings it up. As Large will swing it over to Tucker West. Tucker West drives. Tucker West's shot is no good. It might have been tipped as O'Gorman gets a loose ball, gives it to Norton, and Norton finishes, and it's back to a 3-point game as O'Gorman has kept chipping in. This lead is as much as 10 for Roosevelt, and with a minute left, O'Gorman has a chance to possibly even tie the game before halftime. As they swing it down to Dannenbrain. Dannenbrain over to Large. Large back up top to Paulson. Paulson back over to Large. Large with the screen from Dannenbrain. Gives it to Dannenbrain, and he stepped out of bounds. It's the second time that they stepped out of bounds on the baseline as Aiden Evans is going to check in. He has to be careful not to pick up his 5th foul.
And yeah, Roosevelt really here. We got the half coming up in 48 seconds. They're going to have a little halftime talk by the coach because they've really let O'Gorman come back here in these last 2 or 3 minutes. They're going to have to regain that momentum that they had in the first quarter.
So O'Gorman takes a timeout with 48.8 seconds left. With 48 seconds left, Roosevelt leads O'Gorman 25-22. We'll be back after this break. You are watching Sioux Falls O'Gorman on the Carolina Sports Replay and on the Roosevelt High School YouTube channel. Welcome back to Roosevelt High School in this presentation of high school basketball. 48 seconds left. O'Gorman has the ball down 3 and outscored Roosevelt by 7 in the last probably couple minutes to make this a ball game now. As we thought O'Gorman was at a huge disadvantage to the scores and foul trouble. As now Ronzik will bring the ball up the floor in 40 seconds. Ronzik swings it over to the top. Feldkamp with a good tip. Feldkamp can't quite get the steal on Jeremy Jones as Jeremy Jones will bring it back up. Stopped by West. Steps back. Gives it over to Brune. Brune gets a stolen by Feldkamp. Feldkamp for the lay-in. And Roosevelt extends it to a 5-point lead. They'll push it up with 20 seconds left. O'Gorman can hold for their last shot, and that looks like what they'll do as Jeremy Jones has the ball in the left wing. As They'll get it back to Runzik at the top with 7 seconds left. Roosevelt will try and get a defensive stop before halftime. Runzik down low. The Jeremy Jones at the buzzer. No good. And that is the end of the first half. And at the end of the first half, Roosevelt leads O'Gorman 27-22. We will be back after halftime. You're watching Sioux Falls Roosevelt and Sioux Falls O'Gorman on KLM Sports Replay and on the Roosevelt High School YouTube channel. Schedule 41. Boys basketball. My name is Brent Bowen and I am joined by August Mills. We are members of the Roosevelt High School Sports Broadcast Team. Sioux Falls Roosevelt leads Sioux Falls O'Gorman 27-22 at the start of the second half. Roosevelt got up 10, O'Gorman fought it back down to 2, and now Roosevelt's put it up to 5. And new half, new things. O'Gorman has foul trouble, but it all resets in the second half, well, I guess. But
yeah, O'Gorman ended that first half on kind of a run there, really. Roosevelt had like a 10-point lead in the last 3 minutes of the game, and O'Gorman cut it down to 5. It was at one point down to 3, so see if Roosevelt can regain that momentum, or if O'Gorman will just hang on to it. And anyway, this should be a really good game.
Yeah, as two pretty evenly matched teams, as Roosevelt will start with the basketball with Patrick Nianshudi at the top of the key with the screen from Aiden Evans. Swings it back over to Tucker West, over to Devereux on the left wing. Back over to Tucker West. Devereux drives baseline. Devereux gives it over to Feldkamp, who kind of juggles the pass. Gets a screen from Evans. Feldkamp pulls up Evans for 3. No good, but it's rebounded by Nianshudi, who swings it out to start back up the offense. Tucker West pulls up on the elbow, no good. And Evans tries not to foul, and it'll be rebounded by the Knights and Luke Gronzik with Patrick Nianshudi on him. As Gronzik waves off McCoy, the 6'5", skinny power forward, as Gronzik gives it over to Kenyon Bauer. Gives it back over to, swings it over, no good. It's rebounded by Nianshudi. He's blanking out there for a second as Nianshudi brings it up there, swings it over to Devereux. Devereux drives. Devereux lays it in for 2 points. Cross from Devereux for 2 for the first 2 points of the second half. Roosevelt gets a trap, and we're going to say it tipped off of Roosevelt. Little pressure immediately as Kenyon Bauer will throw it in, as Jeremy Jones will now check in for Luke Gronzik, and also Cole Broom will check out. And then no, Cole Broom. Oh my gosh. So Jeremy Jones will throw it in. Gives it back to Jones. Jones swings it up to Norton. Nobody on Norton. Norton gives it to Okoye. Okoye will not lay it in. Rebound though by OG. Swings it out to Cartwright. Cartwright swings it over to Norton for 3. No good. And it looked like Tucker West got held. And they're not going to give Roosevelt the benefit of the doubt as O'Gorman gets another possession. As Okoye swings it down low to Jeremy Jones. Jeremy Jones posts up. Jeremy Jones puts a hook up and in. As Jeremy Jones has 6 points, he stepped up off the bench so far for O'Gorman in this game.
Really, leading scorer Zach Norton, 8 points for O'Gorman so far, and Roosevelt has a big 3 right there. We'll have to see how those players like Norton do the second half. Leading scorer, O'Gorman wasn't foul trouble. They had some really great 3-point shots at the end of the half, and we'll see. Really, I think the best shooting team is going to win this game. I mean, that's obvious, but the best 3-point shooting team in the second half, because that's what it's going to be. It's more shooting in this game than, inside the lane sort of.
As Tyler Feldkamp hits the 3 to extend it out to an 8-point lead, and Patrick Nianshudi picked up a little reaching foul that shouldn't have happened. As Jeremy Jones has the ball, passes over to Bauer, down low to Okoye. Okoye with Evans on him, and Evans picks up his 3rd foul, and Evans and Begeman cannot believe the call, as that's number 3 on Evans, and Dannenberg might have to go check in. As a little back and forth there by Roosevelt and OG on over the court, as Okoye puts the first one through, make it a 7-point game. As it's 32-25, 5:30 left. Okoye about to shoot his 2nd free throw, as Aiden Evans will check out after picking up his 3rd foul. Brady Dannenberg will check back in. And that's big for Roosevelt, because he's their biggest player on their team possibly, and he's out with 3 fouls.
Yeah, it's not good having that kind of foul trouble. But Okoye, give him credit here. He missed his first two free throws of the night early in the first quarter, and he's rebounded and made 2 here. So you don't want to be that guy that they foul because they know you're going to miss the free throws.
As Tucker West misses the 3, but Patrick Nianshudi with a good rebound, but he turns it over after that. quite kick it out, and no GS possession again. As that's Jeremy Jones, powers his way to the bucket, and he lays it in. And it's back to a 4-point game, as Miyashidi will push it up the floor fast. He drives middle, swings it out to Tucker West, who's a little high. Dannenbrink gives it back to West, who gives it to Feldkamp. And Roosevelt will reset the offense with Brady Dannenbrink. Feldkamp drives, kicks it out to Miyashidi. An extra pass to Deverix. Deverix drives middle, no good. Brady Dannenbrink with the offensive rebound as Miyashidi kicks it to Feldkamp. Feldkamp with the shot fake. Feldkamp with a cross back, and he missed it. A good move by Feldkamp. Loose ball, and it is picked up, and they're going to give it to O'Gorman. And the Roosevelt bench is going crazy saying it was their ball, but they're going to give it to the Knights, as the Knights have gotten a lot of 50-50 calls in this game so far. As that's been a benefit to them. Roosevelt still has a 4-point advantage with 4:29 left in the third quarter.
Like I said, this game's got a lot of fouls in it on both teams. Both players in foul trouble, and that's why I think it's, like I said, it's going to be a lot of outside shooting here because they don't want to risk fouling out here against,
the ball
loses that one there. He's their big man returning starter from last year, and he just, he's a decent shooter for a big man. I'll give him that. Like I said, in the high school sports, a lot of big centers aren't the best shooters, but as we see in the NBA and college basketball, more big men starting to be able to shoot. We're starting to see that more in this high school game, too.
As it'll be Roosevelt basketball, as Miyashidi gets the pass in, and he's being guarded by Luke Ronzik. As Roosevelt set up their offense trying to get a good look here. As Carson Deverix cut through, and they'll give it to Deverix. Carson Deverix will take a screen from Tucker West, drives middle, and it is good. Carson Deverix now with 10 points. And Roosevelt pushes it back up to a 6-point game. A high pass, and Norton can't handle it. And it'll be Roosevelt ball. Up 6 with just under 4 minutes left. Roosevelt still has all 5 timeouts, so Gorman with 4. As Carson Deverix will pass it in. And as the Rider press forces a turnover, and they get 4 basically back-to-back possessions as Miyashidi has the ball. Cuts back to the right wing as he gives it to Deverix. Down low to Dannenbrink. Dannenbrink going to work down low. Dannenbrink flip shot no good, and it is rebounded by the Knights and Zach Norton. Zach Norton will push up the floor, and he'll give it over to Jeremy Jones. And Jones will have it at the top of the key. Will swing it over to the left side. He's looking down low, and he gets it to Mailer. Mailer going to work down low on Dannenbrink. No good, and it's rebounded by Tucker West. Tucker West will push it up the floor and give it to Miyashidi. Miyashidi gives it over to Deverix. Deverix rejects the screen, heads to the right sideline, and he's going to step out of bounds. Deverix thinks he was pushed out of bounds, but they're going to say he stepped out of bounds, and it will be O'Gorman basketball. As Roosevelt has too many men on the floor. And there's going to be a timeout with 3:12 left in the third quarter. It is Roosevelt 34, O'Gorman 28. We'll be back after this break. You are watching Sioux Falls Roosevelt and Sioux Falls O'Gorman on KLRN Sports Replay and on the Roosevelt High School YouTube channel. Welcome back to Roosevelt High School in this presentation of high school boys basketball. My name is Brent Boyne, and I'm joined by August Mills. We are members of the Roosevelt High School sports broadcast team. With 3:12 left in the third quarter, Roosevelt has a 6-point edge over the O'Gorman Knights, 34-28. O'Gorman with the ball, and Roosevelt has set up a full-court press and has forced a few turnovers, not that many, but it forces O'Gorman to work faster in the half court. as Jeremy Jones pushes it up. Zach Norton wide open. Zach Norton's going to pull a wide open three. It's no good. And a little scrum for it. And they get it out to Ronzik for three. Yes. Luke Ronzik for three, and it's back to a 3-point advantage to Roosevelt. With the ball and Tucker Large at the front of the point. They'll swing it over to Feldkamp to the right side. Feldkamp off the ball screen to West. West on the pop, drives. West looking down low, and he gets the shot off. No good, but he is fouled at the rack, and that's going to be on number 22, Jeremy Jones. It's his first foul. It's only team first of the half, so Gorman definitely fouling less in the second half as West will go to the line for 2 free throws. Yeah, and they'll be able to play more aggressive here because this thing of you only have 2 fouls in the third quarter. Really in the third, fourth quarter, as long as you're 3 or under, you're okay, and that's where Gorman is right now. So they expect them, especially with Okoye there and his height advantage, to be playing more aggressively and try and get back. I mean, well, they're only a shot away from tying this game here, so Zach Norton looks like he's got a pretty nice shot, so they could, and Ronzik too, they could easily get back in this game just shooting. As Tucker West missed the first free throw off the back of the rim, second one is good. Rattles in. Tucker West has 4 points today, and Roosevelt has a 4-point lead as Jeremy Jones with the ball fake makes Tyler Feldkamp jump. As Jones will bring it over to Ronzik, and Ronzik will set up the offense. Swings it over to Jeremy Jones on the right wing. Jeremy Jones trying to go to work on Paulson. Jones down low, fadeaway, good. Jeremy Jones has hit a few of those fadeaways in this game. Hits it again to make it a 2-point game, and Jeremy Jones has probably played some more minutes than a couple starters today as Large drives at the rack, and it goes in. Off the little, just a little floater, just kind of floating up in the air, and it's back up to a 4-point game now for the Riders. This is a trap in the corner as Paulson has it. And they're going to get another trap right there. Now he'll back off. Swings it over to the left side to Norton. Norton back over to Brune. Brune looks down low to Jones. Jones tries to fade away again. Does it. And it's good. Jeremy Jones, that fadeaway's been working. He's the leading scorer right now for O'Gorman with 12 out of the 35. It's back to a 2-point game with 1.5 left in the third quarter. Carson Dever's getting ready to check right back in as Large wins it over to Feldkamp. Feldkamp denies the screen, steps back, could have taken it all the way to the rack. Tough fadeaway, no good. Tucker West can't fall in the rebound, and O'Gorman has the ball back down 2 with 1:15 left in the third quarter as Ronzik has the ball at the top of the key, swings it over to Jeremy Jones. Jeremy Jones pulls a long 3, and he got it! Jeremy Jones gives O'Gorman a 1-point lead, and he's caught some fire as he just banked one off the backboard to give O'Gorman a 1-point lead with, well, hello. It's a 1-point game now with 50 seconds left. Roosevelt had as much on a 10-point lead in the second quarter as Paulson drives it down low. As the foul, that they're going to get Cole Brune on the foul there. And Michael Paulson will go to the line for 2 shots. The O'Gorman student section chanting, "You can't guard him." Even though I thought that was pretty good defense by Roosevelt. Just kind of a chucked up 3 that somehow banked out the backboard. Yeah, and Jeremy Jones, you get those new transfer players a lot that want to make an impact the first game, and he started out kind of slow and now has 15 points. He's a really passionate player. He's always been, and he's going to provide a lot of fire to this night's team. And like I said right there, he's trying to make that good first impression to the fans, and now they're doing the chant, "You can't guard him," all that stuff, and as of right now, they can't guard him right now. He's hot. As Paulson missed the first one, Roosevelt struggled from the free throw line tonight. And second one is no good again as Okoye has the rebound. No good to Luke Ronzik. And you got to get somebody on Jeremy Jones because he hasn't missed a whole lot lately. As Ronzik loses it, gives it to Okoye. And Okoye will swing it up to Brune. Brune tries to penetrate. They're going to get it to Jones. Tucker West playing out. So he can't pull it. Pull another deep shot as Ronzik gets the ball at the top of the key. 9 seconds left on the play clock. Swings it over to Brune. Back to Ronzik. 5 seconds left. They got to do something. Ronzik. And that's, they're going to get it off in time. No good. It's going to be a shot clock violation though because the ball did not hit the rim. Roosevelt has 4 seconds to
Some great
possibly
defense
try
by
and get a shot
Roosevelt
off.
there. Really great defense by the Rough Riders. See if they can get a shot off here, get the lead heading into the fourth quarter.
That was really good defense, and O'Gorman just kind of sat there doing nothing for a while. As Tucker will roll it in, Tucker Large picks it up with 3 seconds, tries to take it to the rack, loses it. Tucker Large at the buzzer, no good. And after the third quarter, it's O'Gorman 38, Roosevelt 37. We'll be back after this break. You are watching Sioux Falls Roosevelt and Sioux Falls O'Gorman on KLON Sports Replay on the Roosevelt High School YouTube channel.
Fourth quarter on the way next.
Welcome back to Roosevelt High School in this presentation of high school boys basketball. My name is Brent Bowen and I'm joined by August Mills. We are members of the Roosevelt High School sports broadcast team. At the start of the fourth quarter, it was O'Gorman 38, Roosevelt 37. So what's changed from the second quarter to the third quarter?
Really, O'Gorman led by Jeremy Jones in that third quarter, just really hot right now. And only 1 point game. This is anybody's game here at this point.
O'Gorman starts with the ball, and Luke Ronzik swings it over to Okoye. Okoye back over to Kenyon Bauer. Over top to Jones. Carson Devereux gambles, doesn't pay off, gets a tip. Ronzik drives baseline, gives it, and Roosevelt has a steal with Tucker Large bringing it up the floor. As Large in the offense will set up a play. As he gives it to Aiden Evans, who's back in the game. Devereux drives right baseline, throws it up, and there's going to be a foul on O'Gorman. And let's see who they get that on. I believe they're going to get that on. They get it on Kenyon Bauer. It's his first, team third. And Carson Devereux a little line for 2 points to possibly give Roosevelt the advantage, 1 point edge here. 7:26 left in the fourth quarter. His first free throw is good, and it's a tie game here at Roosevelt High School between two 41st Street rivals, just about, 5-10 minutes separated from them. As Devereux's second free throw is good, and Roosevelt has a 1 point advantage. O'Gorman basketball, they're down 1. Carson Devereux gets a tip. Tucker Large gets in there, and that's going to be Roosevelt basketball as they force a turnover. That press has forced about 3-4 turnovers in this game, and they just basically get back-to-back possessions once again. As Devereux will pass it in to Tucker Large, as Tucker Large takes a screen from Evans. Tucker Large kicks it to the corner. Tissue for 3, and he got it. Ryan Shiki for 3 to make it a 4-point advantage. As Jeremy Jones passes the ball to Bauer, over to the corner to Okoye. Okoye swings it over to Kenyon Bauer, down low to Jeremy Jones. Jeremy Jones gets doubled, they kick it out to Bauer. Bauer for 3, no good. Okoye with the rebound, but it falls out and goes into Tucker Large's hands. He gets poked in the eye. They don't call a foul on Okoye. That would have been his third foul as well. As Tucker Large shakes it off and will set up his offensive play with the screen from Paulson. Devereux drives, pushes it back out to Tucker Large. Tucker Large back to Devereux, to Aiden Evans down low. Evans, no good. Evans is looking for a foul, doesn't get it. Jeremy Jones down the other end. Tucker Large tries to take a charge, doesn't get it, and they'll probably get a foul on Jeremy Jones or out of bounds. They'll get a foul on Jeremy Jones. It's going to be his second. Team fourth. 6:21 remaining. It is Roosevelt 42, Oklahoma 38. Roosevelt on a little 5-0 run with the ball. 6:21 as it came out with a lot of energy to start this fourth quarter.
Oh yeah, a lot of energy there from the fans, and this is really, like you said, 5 minutes separating them. This is a big rivalry in Sioux Falls, and both fans aren't afraid to have that.
Wow, Gorman kind of shooting back at Roosevelt.